welcome to the 14th Regulators and Policymakers Retreat being organized by IPAI here at Goa. We are in the IPAI studio, and with me is the CMD of Assam Power Development Distribution Corporation, Mr. Rajiv Yadav. Sir, welcome to the show. Mr. Yadav, we'd like to know, sir, what is the role of APDCL, Assam Power Distribution Company, in the electricity sector in Assam?
This company is interested in the distribution of power in the state. Its predecessor was the Assam State Electricity Board, which was wound up and made into three companies. The distribution company for distributing the power, a generation company for generation of power, and a transmission company for transmission of the power.
So the APDCL basically buys power from various generators and it distributes them in the state of Assam.
Yes, we have about 25 to 30% of our own generation in the state, and that we buy from Assam Power Generation Company. Then we get power which is allocated to different northeastern states by central PSUs such as Northeast Electric Power Corporation, National Hydroelectric Power Corporation, or National Thermal Power Corporation. From these such agencies we buy power which is allocated to us by the central government, and then whatever else still remains short of our requirement is bought either on a long-term arrangement basis, bilateral arrangement, or on short-term arrangement basis from the independent power exchange.
So, does Assam meet 100% of its power requirement at present?
Yes, not 100%. I'll say that we are a power deficit state, and we are able to have a shortfall. Generally, we are in a shortfall 10 to 15%.
And how do we plan to bridge this over the next few years?
It is being planned in a two-way effort. First is to have your own generation, for which we are planning a couple of power plants, including a 500 megawatt thermal coal-based plant at Margarita in Upper Assam, and a hydroelectric project of 120 megawatts, and some distributed generation by small hydroelectric projects and solar projects.
So one of the things that we've encountered is that states say that there are transmission constraints when they want to import power during certain times of the year or during certain times of the day. The center says that states have not given their projections in a liberal manner, it's been given in a very conservative manner, therefore transmission has not come up accordingly. Where do you think is the solution for this?
The solution lies in a more accurate projection of the demand and a more accurate assessment of the growth of the demand. Because what has happened in northeastern states earlier, as rural electrification was not here, the demand was suppressed, and now because we have rural connectivity coming up in a big way, because of the good efforts done under Rajiv Yadav Gramin Vidyutikaran Yojana, which is a flagship program of the Power Ministry. So with that, we have a sudden surge in the demand. So that accurate projection of the demand is very much necessary in advance to get the power inflow. And also, the power inflow constraint that you talked about can get supplemented by additional transmission capacity being built between eastern region and the northeastern region.
Right. Additional capacity will obviously, someone will have to finance the whole thing. It will have to come from some kind of charges. So where do we get this kind of financing, because state finances are unable to support such infrastructure being built? So how do we raise this finance?
Well, this will not be the baby of the state government, because when we are talking about transferring power from eastern region to northeastern region, or in future the surplus hydropower of northeastern region to the eastern region, then investment in such inter-regional grid has to be done by the Power Grid Corporation of India, and that's a central government undertaking, and therefore they will be looking for finances either through the central government budgetary support or through the international lending agencies where the rates of interest are low.
Right, sir. What about the subsystems, sir? When you get the regional power transfers through and when it comes down to the state periphery, we have the state subsystems and distribution systems equipped to take the power down to the last mile?
Earlier there was a deficiency in these systems, but between 2005 and 2012, in the last 7 years in Assam, a lot of work has been done in the domestic distribution network. And right now we are equipped to handle the power that we want to import and that we want to distribute, but yet still a lot of work remains to be done. I won't say that there is nothing much to be done, because we have long lines of 11 kV and 33 kV which need to be shortened to reduce losses, and therefore we need to make some more substations.
What have APDCL done to reduce the AT&C losses in the state?
We have taken it a two-pronged way. One is we have tried to put more substations to cut down the losses in the TND, and as far as the commercial part is concerned, we have tried to innovate, and in this case Assam has been, I will say, a very successful model of franchises in rural areas in the distribution network. So what we do for rural feeders, we take power up to the transformer and we sell the power at transformer to the franchisee. After that, the franchisee bills it to the consumers and collects the revenue and gives us and keeps his fees for the collection.
So, sir, you are one of the few states that have really taken the leaf out of the Electricity Act and are implementing this in a big way. So, can you give us numbers for this particular project?
We are now having about 780 franchisees all over the state, which is a pretty large number, and there is no state which is not covered by the franchisee scheme, no district which is not covered. In all districts we are having, but some districts are having more number of franchisees, and we are trying to expand it, and we are also trying to innovate in it so that, like a small time maintenance, suppose if I am a consumer and my house doesn't get line electricity and other houses are getting, but that kind of maintenance also will be looked after by the franchise.
So, the good news here, sir, is that Assam is actually creating a micro-level revolution in electricity distribution, if I may. What about beyond that, sir? Are we looking at, for example, better customer service for industry, etc.?
Well, as far as customer care is concerned, we are having again two-way system in place. We are trying to put, one is a customer care center soon, which will be ready in next 6 months, and like you call 108 for assistance for ambulance or say 100 for police. In similar way, all over Assam, any citizen or any consumer of electricity can call a three-digit number or a 4-digit number that we will make it known universal access number, and he can lodge his complaint. He can also inquire about his bills. Both options will be available on that. The maintenance module as well as the complaint module as well as the commercial module. He can know his latest bill position and all that. That is one. And as far as the other producers are concerned of electricity, recently we have allowed open access of 8 megawatt to one cement plant. Actually, their sister concern is generating power in Meghalaya, neighboring state, and they wanted to use that power, and we have allowed our transmission system to be used for that, and this is the first case of open access, and it was granted within 3 months' time.
So, what are your views on open access? Will it really help the electricity economy of Assam, or the fact that your paying consumers will go out? How will you be able to cross-subsidize the non-paying consumers?
No, I think it will be good for the electricity sector because, number one, it will meet the demand-supply gap. Right now, we are not able to fulfill the demand, so if some open access power comes, that will bridge the gap. Second thing, I don't see that we stand to lose from it, because in any case, we are getting wheeling charges in the open access for that we are allowing him to use our transmission and distribution network. So both stand to gain. I think it's a win-win situation.
So on the back of these services and the very good news from Assam, sir, I'd like to congratulate you for introduction to these services, and I hope that Assam can do a wonderful job in the next few years to come. Thank you for joining this retreat, sir.
Thank you, Raj.